All right, so man, I'm back, kind of back. I saw that E3 show. I was watching it, expecting something majorly big, but unfortunately, we're gonna talk about that. The unfortunate service that the Xbox has become, and I'll just put it this way: after watching the C3 show, I have realized that Xbox has become exactly what I was thinking about past couple of years, and that's the service. They have become a service that's integrated with XCloud and Game Pass. Sure, they got some, you know, exclusives here and there, but if you are strictly looking for a console that's going to bring you some new IPs and new exclusives, AAA expensive type of experience games, then you got to look for PlayStation 5. That's where you got to go to. You got to go to PlayStation. That's like the only option you have. But as far as the Xbox, it's really a service. Now, granted, this service has tons of games, a bunch of games included, and you can choose where you want to play them. You can play it on your phone, on your TV, on your Series X, on your Series S. All of these are cool features. This is all excellently integrated with the service, right? But if you are strictly buying that Series X in search of some exclusivity, then you're going to be disappointed. Granted, there's a Starfield. It's going to be an excellent way for you to jump into Xbox Series X or S, to that whole ecosystem. But is that enough? Is Starfield enough for you to join the Xbox just for the exclusivity? No, because let's face it, Xbox, it's not a company that is focused on exclusive games. It's a service that's focused on bringing the gamers together in a one ecosystem. It's a service, and a pretty good service at that. And a good service, really good service, kind of like Netflix or HBO Max or Amazon Prime, where you got all of that into that one pot. Everything from the xCloud to the Game Pass, all of your games are there, and it's going to save you a bunch of money. But if you are strictly jumping into the Xbox ecosystem hoping that, hey man, I'll be playing Ratchet and Clank, I'll be playing God of War, I'll be playing Days Gone, I'll be playing, Detroit Become Human, I'll be playing Heavy Rain, all these super exclusives that came out on the PlayStation, then you are not doing yourself a justice. You shouldn't be joining into the Xbox ecosystem hoping to see a bunch of exclusives, new IPs every year. You're not going to see that, okay? You're going to see some mediocre exclusives, like medium budget type of exclusives like you've seen earlier, but you're not going to see anything like super, like AAA. The Starfield is the only AAA right now that I can look and say, okay, but that's because they paid $7 billion. Todd was happy to come out in the beginning and say, oh, I'm so happy. Well, you weren't so happy. Where were you 7 years ago? Right? But all of a sudden now he's happy because they gave him $7 billion. Sure, if somebody paid me $7 billion, I'd be more than happy to go on the stage and say, hey, dude, I'm so happy to be part of the Xbox ecosystem. Now, no offense to Todd, Starfield, it's definitely going to be that one game that you want to purchase Xbox, either Series S or Series Cruise in it. It's going to be a huge game. They're going to take full advantage of ray tracing, the sharpening of the textures and dynamic shadows and all of that good jazz that RDNA 2 texture, RDNA 2 architecture from AMD GPU and CPU can deliver. So it's going to be an awesome experience, and can't wait. So now you got a reason to purchase Xbox Series X. Well, actually, let's talk about the reasons before we continue. Let's talk about the reasons why you want to. Before we take off, this is actually I'm flying exactly. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm flying exactly where I'm at right now, Palm Beach International. Let me give you some reasons why you want to purchase Series X and Series S. All right, number one, Starfield. That's exclusive. You can only play that on the Xbox ecosystem, and you have to be a member of the Game Pass in order for you to play it on the PC as well. So you're going to have to be, part of that ecosystem. That's number one. Meaning you cannot play it on a PlayStation. Forget about it. So there's your reason right there. So that's the one reason to jump into the Game Pass ecosystem in Series X and Series S. You got Forza Horizon 5. The Mexico, it's being rendered by Azure server satellite rendering. And as you saw earlier, Forza Horizon 5 made Mexico look real. That's exactly what you're going to be seeing from Baja California all the way down to Mexico City. And for those of you who live in Mexico, you're going to be thrilled with Forza Horizon. Number 3, Halo Infinite. Halo campaign is going to be great. They really didn't show much, but they did show you the ray tracing in action. That looks pretty good, man. I saw, this is somewhere in the space, right? And the Master Chief is like trying to get to Cortana. And as he's going through all of these debris in the spaceship, you can see the reflection of the light and the ray tracing. So that looked pretty cool. The multiplayer, it's a multiplayer, and it's going to be running at 120 frames per second. So you got Halo Infinite. And then, of course, you have this game, which I don't know why this has happened. Why my gear? We're gonna have to restart this. And then you have this game. Obviously, you have Flight Simulator, which should be coming in. Some people are saying next week. I don't know about that. I think if it was coming this week or next week, they would have announced it. They would have said something. I think it's coming probably August, like to, I don't know. What's up, Marcel? How you doing, bro? Yeah, that's the Azure. That's the whole point of having the Azure. The Azure is going to change everything. It's going to change the way we play video games. And who knows, even Rockstar might jump into the Theft Auto 6. How about you call it Grand Theft Auto World, where you can just pretty much go anywhere, meet anyone in the world. Imagine that kind of a Grand Theft Auto. That's the one game everyone's going to be playing indefinitely. But that's possible. It's not far-fetched. That could easily be possible. It's coming out. That's kind of cool. Looks kind of cool. It looks like Left 4 Dead, It's something similar to the Left 4 Dead. Hold on a second. Now the one game I was really hoping to see Flight Simulator in action. They didn't showcase that. That's something that I was really hoping to see. Even for a PC, it was a big undertaking, and it's definitely going to be a huge undertaking to put it on the console as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just hope they don't delay it, because I really was hoping to play this on Xbox Series X. There's nothing wrong with me playing this on a PC. It's just that it's a PC is a PC, console's a console. So, but what about you, Marcel? Was there anything that you personally, was there anything in particular that you enjoyed? The Forza Horizon 5 was remarkable. Battlefield 2042 looks great from what I am seeing. They're going back to the original Battlefield. We'll have to just wait and see. We'll find out more when we approach September. September probably there'll be plenty of betas, open betas you can play prior to the October release. So I think October 22nd. To look at it from for what it is. Here's the thing: when you are watching the Xbox E3 presentation, you have to look at it from a couple of different angles. And the way I look at it is, first and foremost, Xbox, it's a service. It's a gaming service ecosystem. For example, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, or Netflix, HBO Max. So they are pretty much advertising their service and their ecosystem on that service and what they have. And what they have is pretty good for $14 a month. It's a pretty good deal considering how much money you would have spent if you were to purchase those games individually, right? It would have cost you, say, service. And on top of the xCloud, you'll have the Game Pass integrated into your consoles and PCs as well, which you already do. So basically what they are doing is what Phil Spencer is doing, in my opinion. Phil, hey, what's up, Extreme Gaming? How you doing, bro? I'm recovering from Moderna, man, which I will talk about it in a minute. My second shot was a pain in the ass. Basically, it's a service that's going to be integrated into your television, your consoles, your laptops, tablets, phones, etc., etc. So you'll be able to choose how you want to play, right? Okay, you want to play Starfield at your living room, and you have a Series X. Okay, you can continue playing it on your Series X. You want to go to your office, continue where you left off on your PC, then you can continue where you left off on your PC. Alright, you're on the road somewhere, you're going somewhere. Alright, you're in a hotel. I was like, oh man, I'm in a hotel. I'll have you, right? And you start playing xCloud, and you continue playing Starfield through the xCloud. And that's pretty much what I think the Xbox it's going. They're really pushing the service. Granted, they have some. Their main focus is the service. Okay. Personally, exclusives do matter. What I have with, but people also gotta. That's Sony's job. That's what even Jim Ryan said. That's why our games are so expensive, because we're focused on delivering this high quality, AAA high quality, and that's our main focus. Based company, PlayStation, that it's focusing only on but was there any particular game that I was excited about? Um, Honestly, the only thing that got me excited was Starfield. I was just disappointed that they didn't give us the gameplay. I did see a little bit of game. Nice if they show the gameplay of Starfield. That would really get people super hyped. Uh, so I guess missed opportunity. They could have showcased Tom Cruise in it, and then have Tom Cruise come out. But you know, he's a big mega movie star. You know, trying to get him to come onto the show, you better have well, not that a Microsoft cannot afford him. Sure, Microsoft can afford him, but I'm simply saying it would have been great if they did something like that, like they did with Keanu Reeves. You know, and then they show the gameplay of Tom Cruise's character voiceover as he is traveling and looking at these different planets and da 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 da. You know, it would be kind of interesting, you know, if they did that. But overall, it was a good. Here's what I'm going to say: it was a good E3 show. It was a good E3 show. I liked it. Could have been better. Yes, there's always room for the improvement. But it was nearly 2 hours. It was good. But then again, people's expectations are always, you know, that's the thing. People always like to hype stuff up, man. You know. And what's up with the Battlefield? I thought people would be excited about the Battlefield 2042, and people are like, "Oh, this is like." I was looking at the comments. This is like Battlefield 4 graphics, and I'm thinking to myself, like, well, yeah. What did you think? Did you really think that the graphics gonna be like what you have seen on that trailer? That's a pre-rendered CGI, heavily CGI rendered trailer. Okay, that's not how the game's gonna look. But there's people out there who actually thought that Battlefield 2042 is gonna look exactly what they have seen on that trailer. Like I said, there's always those, you know, individuals who's gonna be naive enough to think that, and they pre-order the game. Like, why would you want to pre-order, dude? They haven't even properly showed you the gameplay. They showed you a gameplay that's cut and edited. They didn't show you like a half an hour gameplay. Maybe on E3, Electronic Arts E3 show. I think we'll see that. When is the Electronic Arts E3 show? I think they're gonna probably show gameplay, multiplayer gameplay on E3 Electronic Arts. I think it's gonna be great for a Battlefield multiplayer, for people on each side, and go at it, bro. 130 something people this way. Battlefield 2042 looks way better than. Xbox E3. Everything's kind of foggy. I don't even remember what they showed last year. Oh yeah, they showed the Halo Infinite running on a PC, and it couldn't even barely run properly on a PC. Oh yeah, that was a disaster. That was a disaster. And then they promised that it was gonna launch on 2020 holiday season, and then we find out that's not the case. It was better than last year. Starfield, it's gonna be awesome. Could have been better. Yes, they could have always done better. I was really hoping to learn more about Flight Simulator. What's the situation with that? I'm worrying now that they haven't showcased anything regarding Flight Simulator. That tells me that they might delay it. But, you know, I would rather they delay it than they release it, you know, half-assed, you know. I got it yesterday, and first of all, here's what happens. You don't feel it at first, you know. When they give you the shot, they sit you down for 15 minutes. You don't feel anything. It's after 4 hours, like somebody hit you with a hammer on your shoulder, and every time you move your arm, you feel it, like a bruise. It feels like it's been bruised or something. And as you start feeling it, and the pain gets worse and worse as you go into the night. Now, once you go into the night, that's where it gets very fucking brutal. I couldn't even make that video, dude. It was so brutal. It was like, how do I put this? Constant fever, chills, your bones are trembling, they're weak. You feel like a bitch. You're like, the first time they gave you the shot, your immune injection goes through. Then your immune system catches it and knows exactly who you are. And then they go on a full frontal attack. So they're trying to fight this off, whatever this is. So that's the whole point of this vaccine. Think of it like a combat training officer who's training your immune system to be alert next time a new virus comes in. Unknown virus, like COVID-19 or whatever. SARS, Jesus Christ, not the SARS, you don't want that. But whatever is that comes out this winter, whatever it is that comes out next. So this way your immune system can recognize it and can eliminate it. It's like a missiles, like you got missiles. Think of your immune system as the protective missiles that protecting you from whatever adversary that might come in. And so that's basically what's happening. But the reason you feel the shivers and fever and shakiness and your bones starting to ache and you start feeling weak, it's because that if you get this, you know, second shot, that, oh, why am I feeling all of this? That's a good thing that you're feeling it. If you're not having any side effects, that's not a good thing, because that means that the vaccine didn't work and your immune system didn't recognize it. It's important that your immune system recognizes it. Viper, there's that too. There's that part of me that I worry about too, you know. But what choice do we have? You know, what choice do we have? You know, it's not like they ever tell us the truth. It's not like they ever tell us, you know, the reason this, the reason that. I mean, it's just something that we have to look. If you don't take it, you cannot travel. You'll have a difficult time getting a job. There's a certain punishment for not getting it, for not being vaccinated. You know, you can't travel, you can't get a job. There's a lot of punishment. You can't get on the plane. You know what I mean? There's a lot of disadvantages of not getting it. It's really pretty much you have no choice. Like, you have to get it. It is what it is. Like, you have to get it. It's bottom line. The way it's set up, like, you have to get it. Like, you have no choice. You know. But right now I'm good. But my goodness, bro, last night, oh, dude, My arm was hurting so bad, it was so sore that I had to put some ice on it, dude. Look, I had to put some ice on it. It was so sore, I had to like put some ice on it. Look at that. I had to put some ice on it. It was that bad. So how you been, Viper? How you doing? By the way, Guilty Gear, it's exclusive to PlayStation and PC. It's not available on the Xbox, which is surprising. Mainly because that's a Japanese treasure, and some Japanese games are preferable to be on a Sony because Sony is a Japanese company, so I can understand that. Definitely want to check out. I'm still playing. Listen, I haven't finished. Ratchet and Clank. I'm still playing it, bro. That game, it's freaking amazing, dude, and it's pretty good story. I like the story. It's like a Pixar animated movie story. I really love it, and I'm having fun with it, man. I'm so impressed with Ratchet and Clank, guys. If you want to showcase what your PlayStation 5 can do, I'm gonna tell you right now. Get yourself Ratchet and Clank. That's it. Forget Demon Souls. Forget Miles Morales. Get yourself a Ratchet and Clank. It's like playing a movie, except you control the movie. There's no loading time. Everything's super fast. Unbelievable. Absolutely. And it's a pretty long game. It's about 28 hours, dude. I think I clocked in 28 hours. I still haven't finished it. I can play it for you guys if you want me to. I can bring out my console and start finishing it. I haven't finished it. I'm still playing it. You believe that shit? I'm still playing it. I'm still actually playing it. I'm still playing that game. So I don't know, is there anything else I can say about the E3 show, Xbox E3 show? I don't know. I don't know yet, Viper. I have to finish the game. I have to go through the credits to roll, and after the credits roll, then I can go ahead and see what's unlockable, to see what venues are unlocked and what options we have. But there is this arena you can go to, and you can do challenges of these waves of different enemies you have to fight. You can level up, you can earn money, you can earn points. There's the arena, like a fighting arena. You can go through that. When you go back to your home, there's that. It's always available. You can always play that. But I'm pretty sure there will be DLCs, season passes. There will be some more stuff being added down the road. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Brendan. I'm all right. I've been miserable last night, man. Last night, I was knocked out, and Brendan totally knocked out, man. It happened around 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Oh, dude. My face was burning. My bones were aching. I was shivering. My arm was, even right now, my arm is hurting. Everything feels tight around your arm. And then once you go into the night, it gets worse and worse. It's like a combination of... Bro, it's a combination of everything. You want to sleep, you're tired, but you cannot sleep because you got this fever and sinuses that are killing you. You got the shivering that's making you cold. Your bones are aching. You want to sleep and rest, but you can't because you're constantly shaking. At one point, you feel like you can't catch a breath, but then you finally can catch a breath. It's a roller coaster, man. It's like going through different dimensions, a variety of different things. Going through motions. It was like going through motions. So much happening all at once. It's like a tsunami of so many things. And you're like, fuck, what the fuck is this, bro? No, really, at one point I was like, is this it? Am I done? No, really, I was at one point, I was like, that's it, I'm done. Fuck it, you know. But I feel better now, dude. I'm much better now. I put some, dude, this thing here, it was like, it still hurts. This is where I got my shot. But this right here, hold on. It's right over here. I put some ice on it to keep it. Dude, this thing is so tight, man. It's like a stone. It still hurts, but it's definitely better. I think here's what the doctor said. If it continues more than 24 hours, like if you have these symptoms for 48 hours, then you got to check yourself in. That's not good. All right. Here, let me explain this to people. This is what I was being told. Doctor said, all right, the first 24 hours, you're going to have to go through this. You have to feel the side effects because that's the whole point of this second shot is to alert your immune system, and then your immune system needs to get activated and recognize the second shot, which is the strongest shot. And it's about 90% protection, while the other one was like 30 or 40%. So the second shot, you have to go through this in the first 24 hours. Like, you have to go through it. If you don't go through it, then the doctor says, then the vaccine is not working. Because your immune system didn't recognize it. That's not good. Your immune system needs to recognize it. So the next time a new virus comes in, your immune system should recognize it and fight it off. That's the whole point. It's like your defense system that's put into place. It needs to recognize it. So whenever the new virus comes out, whatever you want to call it, right? Your immune system needs to be ready for any adversary that comes into your body. So good news is, if you're going through this, the first 24 hours, it's going to suck. You got to take a day off. I tell everybody, take a day off. It's going to fucking suck. But if you're feeling all of these symptoms, that's a good news. It means that it's working. Now, everybody's different. Everyone has a different immune system. Some people have pre-existing conditions, right? Both male and female have a pre-existing conditions. This is something you need to present to your doctor before you get the vaccine. You need to alert the pharmacist, the doctor, hey, these are my pre-existing conditions. Should I take it? Should I not take it? Some people, they might have more severe, longer side effects. It might last for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Some people might get checked into the hospital, depending how severe it gets. That it's something no one can know. That is something, I cannot, emphasize. Doctors cannot emphasize on because they don't know. They're guessing. It's kind of like you're like a guinea pig. Pretty much you're like a guinea pig. All right, we're going to shut this in you and then let's see what happens. And of course, if it continues on in the next 64 hours or 3 days, 4 days, then you should definitely call in, check yourself into with a doctor and let them take over from there. But if you only experience this for 1 day within 24 hours, then you are okay. This is all told to me by doctors. These are doctors, they're specialists. If I'm not going to trust them, then who am I going to trust, right? Even though, me, I don't trust pretty much nothing. I question everything. But, not everybody is trying to, screw you over. These are professional doctors who take pride in their work. You know, they're highly educated, highly professional. So, I trust their opinion on this. That's a good point, Viper. And this whole thing with Fauci, and he been lying on his emails. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask, and he's saying one thing, doing the other. That gets to me. I just don't like the fact that this COVID-19 has been politicized, that has been molded into politics. Politics is the politics. If you want to pass a law on a certain things or whatever, certain other things that has nothing to do with the health. But when it comes to people's health, and when it gets molded into politics, that's where the conspiracies come from. This is really their fault. They created this chaos of uncertainty, chaos of confusion, because people hear one thing and then they hear the other. This guy's saying one thing and now saying the other thing. And then people are like, well, I'm kind of confused. I hear a story, this person here died from a died from Johnson & Johnson, died from a Pfizer, died from Moderna. A bunch of women have died from Moderna, believe it or not. Not a huge amount, but, maybe 10, 12. Roughly 10 or 12. They have died from Moderna. We don't know why. Nobody knows why. And then people get stuff in their idea, people get stuff in their head, and they start thinking, shit, man, should I take this? Should I not take this? Am I going to be okay? Am I going to die? Blah, 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 blah. And then you are confused, paranoid. And now you're creating confusion and paranoia. And that's why you have so many people hesitant to get the shot. Because they were like, dude, what if I die, man? But either way, I'm not gonna tell you should you get it, should you not get it. That's up to you to decide. That's up to you to make that decision. I took it. I'm fully vaccinated now. First shot, second shot. I can only tell you my experience, guys. I cannot speak for everybody. I can only give you my experience and my experience on it. And my experience on it is, well, the first shot, I only felt a little bit of pain in my arm, but I didn't have any side effects. Second shot, tons of side effects. But now they're gone away. Now they have worn off. And that's good. I spoke to my doctor. Doctor says, that's a good thing. My doctor told me this is exactly what I wanted to see. This is exactly what we're supposed to do. So, knock on the wood, everything's good. But not everybody's going to have the same immune system as me. Some people are different. They have different immune system. Some people have diabetes, pre-existing type B, whatever. Some other pre-existing conditions. And I don't know how is that going to trigger your overall health. That's the thing that no one can really guarantee you. So anyway, that's as far as me getting that shot. I don't know, is there anything else I can say about E3 show that I haven't already said? E3 show. Is there something I'm missing on an E3 show? Is there a game that I'm missing? Like I said, I talked about Starfield. I talked about Forza 5. I talked about By the way, when is the Forza 5 coming out? September or October? I'm just trying to remember what else was in the E3 show that I missed. I know they showcased Back 4 Blood. They showcased some Russian game. There was some Russian game that they showcased. I forgot the name of it. Stalker 2. They showcased that. What I have seen as far as the Mexico, it looks pretty good. Mexico looks pretty good. I like that they showed that. But they could have showed more, obviously. They can always show more. I just felt that with Starfield, it felt like a missed opportunity. They could have showed more with Starfield, more gameplay. And I felt they didn't do that. Is there like any particular game that caught your eye that you guys like? Is there anything in particular that you guys were excited about? I was really disappointed that they haven't showcased Flight Simulator. I was like, dude, now is your opportunity to show Flight Simulator in action, how it runs on the Series X and Series S, and like, where's the Flight Simulator? Like, what's up with that? Now I'm worried about the Flight Simulator. Am I gonna hit up Ratchet and Clank? If you guys want me to, I can hit it up though. Will just take me a few minutes to set it up, but yeah, I can hit it up. Maybe I can finish it because I'm so close on finishing the game. Yeah, if you guys want me to hit it up, I can hit it up. I don't know if there's anything else I can say about the E3 show. Like I said earlier, E3 show of Xbox. Xbox, it's a service. It's the service, and that's what it is. That's integrated with the Game Pass and xCloud. And the xCloud and Game Pass is going to be the future of the Xbox. And I don't think Phil Spencer cares where you play it, whether you buy Series X, whether you buy Series S, whether you play on a PC, whether you play on your phone, whether you play on your laptop. He doesn't care as long as you are subscribed to the service. And that's what it is. And now, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people saying, but no, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a pretty cool thing. I think you're going to save a lot of money with a service like that. You're going to save tons of money with a service like that. But don't expect like bunch of exclusives being pumped out each year, because that's not the main focus of Xbox. That's the main focus of PlayStation, and that's what they've been always focused on. So pretty much that's what it is, guys. It's the service. Xbox has become a service, and whether you have Series X or Series S or One X or PC or a television, you can play it any which way you want through the xCloud or Game Pass. They don't care, as long as you subscribe. They don't care how you play it. And that's pretty much what the Xbox is about. It's the service. And I think I'll end the video on that note. It's a service. It is what it is. Because there's really nothing else we can say about the E3 show. I mean, it's nothing extraordinary. It's nothing wow wow. There's not a wow wow factor there. It is what it is. Starfield, looking forward to that. Probably that's going to be the most exciting thing about next year regarding the Xbox is the Starfield. Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what it is. Extreme gaming. It's a service, but in a good way, not in a bad way. I don't want people to think this is a bad thing. I don't want people thinking that this is a bad news. This is not a bad news. This is actually pretty good news for people who don't have enough money to be spending $70 here, $70 there, $80 here. All that shit adds up, man, right? $80 there. So, it's a good way for you to save money by joining the Game Pass that's integrated with the xCloud service. And that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to jump into Ratchet and Clank. I'm going to set it up. First, I have to set it up, and then I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. And we're going to try to finish Ratchet. I think I'm so close to finishing the game because I'm like 28 hours into it, man. I'm like so close to finishing the game. It's pretty long. The game is pretty long. 28 hours. It's I think total is going to be 30 hours of me finishing the game. So we're going to jump into it and we're going to finish it. I personally think, Brendan, that both systems have something different to offer, and they're both different. And I think having both systems will give you the best of the both worlds. Now, I know that people will have to make a decision. They'll have to choose one way or the other. But if you can have both, then I think you're really going to have a good time. But if you have to pick one over the other, you're not going to really be disappointed one way or the other. Just remember, the one is the service. The other one is focused on AAA, expensive, blockbuster exclusives. And that's what the main focus of Sony is. How long is that focus going to be there? Because you have to remember, Sony has been dropping the ball. Sony has been, making their games cross-gen, which is a bit, disappointing. Then it defeats the purpose of, like, hey, dude, But that's a whole different subject. Sony has been wishy-washy too. They haven't been really straight up with us. They haven't been straight up. Like, they didn't give us a straight up answer. This is our vision. This is where we're going. All right. So who knows what's going to happen with Sony? Sony might end up in the same same pot as the Xbox as far as the service. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen? Once these exclusives come out, because look at how many of them are going to PC. Days Gone's already on PC. Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. Pretty soon, God of War is gonna be on PC. Death Stranding on PC. You got these games being put out on PC. People are gonna start saying, "Hey, dude, if these games gonna be out on PC, if these games gonna be cross-gen, if I can play Gran Turismo 7 on a PC, then what the hell?" I heard a rumor that they're thinking about putting Gran Turismo on a PC. Not, right now, but like in the future, in the distant future. They want to put it in onto a PC as well. So they get more people joining, more people competing around the world. So that way, if you live in Russia or these other countries or Southeast Asia or whatever, more people can compete with the Gran Turismo online championship and all that. I don't know, dude. There's so many things happening that it's really we have to accept one fact. Things are changing. Okay? I'll tell you this before I leave, before I jump into Ratchet and Clank. Things are changing. Everything's changing. The movies are changing. The movie theaters are closed. Everything's streaming now. Physical media is dying off. You can't even find a 4K Blu-ray player to buy one these days. Things are changing. Everything's changing. And so the video games are going to change as well. They're going to evolve. This is just a part of evolution. It's the evolution of the way things are as far as the everything. And so video games will fall into that same evolutionary advancement. We'll just have to get used to it. It is what it is. But look at it this way. At least you have a choice. The one silver lining that I can draw from all of this is that you have a choice. You have a choice on how you play your video games, where you play your video games, how you want to play your video games. You got a variety of different choices. And to me, that's the silver lining, All right. So I'll be back. I got to set it up. I have to set up my my PlayStation 5. We're going to finish Ratchet and Clank. Tomorrow we can jump into Guilty Gear. And there's some other stuff I got, going on with Biomutant. There's a new update for Biomutant. And, before I go, the Ubisoft showcased a Pandora Avatar game, which looks pretty interesting. But I need to see more footage. I need to see more gameplay, but looks pretty interesting. The Avatar game. We'll see what happens with that. The previous Avatar game was terrible, but this looks like they're like taking a good care, on it. I don't have a Biomutant at the moment, but I'm thinking about getting it sometime next week because I have Guilty Gear to play a Guilty Gear, the fighter game Guilty Gear, which is really hard, man. Guilty Gear is hard because you have to master the combos. You got to be really good at the combos. You got to be really good at timing those combos. And Guilty Gear, it's only available. The new Guilty Gear Strive, it's only on PlayStation and PC. So you cannot play it on the Xbox or Nintendo. It's just PlayStation and PC. And the PlayStation 5 version, takes the full advantage of the DualSense controller, graphics, and all that. So PS5 enhanced all the way, which is out right now. Oh, I think you're going to like my opinion on the Biomutant, though. Trust me. I don't know. Depending on how you know what. To me, it depends on how it's being implemented. I don't mind the dialogue as long if it's not annoying, but if it's implemented good, then maybe I'll like it. You know. All right, guys. So I'll be back. I just gotta set up my PS5. I have to set it up, and then I'll be back, and hopefully I'll finish the Ratchet and Clank. I'm this close, man. Finishing the Ratchet and Clank. I'm this close. So we're gonna jump into that. You're definitely gonna see me play it, Viper, for sure. I'll definitely play it Biomutant for sure. There's a new update on it, for sure. Am I getting a flight simulator for the Xbox? Well, it will be included automatically. It's part of the Game Pass, so it will be there. The only thing is we don't know when, Brendan, the flight simulator will be included. Is it going to be August? Is it going to be September? October? Asobo is not saying much. All kinds of rumors floating around, but the fact that they didn't say anything about Flight Simulator on the E3 show, that raises a red flag for me. That's a big red flag for me. That tells me that we might not even see Flight Simulator this year on Series X or Series S, which is disappointing. I hope I'm wrong, but here's the reason why I say it's a red flag. If Microsoft was confident that Asobo, it's really close to finishing a testing of Flight Simulator on the Xbox Series X and Series S, they would have gladly show it to you on the E3 show. Why wouldn't they show it? I mean, it would make no sense. Why wouldn't they want to show it? They would show it to you, and they will tell you exactly when you can start playing it, when the beta, closed beta access, it's available prior to the release of the game, blah 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 blah. But they didn't showcase any of that. So that tells me that it's a big red flag that something's not going right with the Asobo team. They're having problems with Flight Simulator. Yeah. It was July 27th. I didn't see it. Maybe did I miss it? Did they show it? Because I didn't see it. That's what I'm asking you guys. I didn't see it on a E3 show. They showed the Forza Horizon. They showed a bunch of other little small games. They showed, what else? Some other small little games, including Diablo 2, but nothing as far as the Flight Simulator. But I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just simply saying, if the game it's ready, makes no sense. Why wouldn't Phil Spencer include Asobo and be proud of Asobo that they're able to work around the clock during a pandemic to bring us Flight Simulator this year. July 27th. I don't know how I missed that because I didn't see it. Maybe I went to a bathroom or something. July 27th. Well, if that's true, well, that's great. But I don't know how I missed it, man. They must have showed it a little bit, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. Well, that's good. So that means it's coming July 27th. That's good. I'm the only reason I said I don't know because I didn't see it. And it must have probably happened when I went to a bathroom or something, and they probably were showing it, and I didn't see it. Was it before Forza Horizon or after Forza Horizon? I can't believe that I missed it, because I went to just to take a leak for like 30 seconds, and I came back and I didn't see it. But that's good. I just hope that's correct. I'll look. I'll research it, guys. I'll research it. I'll double check on that. I'll make sure that it's correct. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. I hope it's July 27. I really do hope. I hope they don't postpone it. I hope they don't delay it because I really want to play this game. So that's a good news. July 27th. Looking forward to it. Hopefully they can release it on July 27th. All right, I got to get going. I got to set up my PlayStation 5. I'll catch you guys in a bit for the Ratchet and Clank. Thank you all for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. All my members always appreciate it. And let's finish the Ratchet and Clank.